In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can capitalize on USDJPY and gold trading in the Forex markets this week. So let's get straight into the outlook and I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this weekly outlook video. So as you guys probably seen in the title, today we're going to go through USDJPY and also gold. So we'll get straight into it. We'll go through USDJPY first of all. So starting off on the daily time frame, we can see that UJ is overall very bullish. So until price shows us otherwise, in my opinion, it's only best to look for buy positions. And you guys can see that we have this very clear target to the left around 152. So the overall idea for this week would be to look for buys up to this 152 level. Keeping in mind that we also have some fundamental data coming out tonight. So tonight will be the Tuesday morning, and we have the Bank of Japan interest rate decision. So this is going to be important because recently there has been sort of speculation that the Bank of Japan is going to intervene. Obviously, they're probably not too happy that the currency has almost reached all-time lows against the US dollar. So this news is forecast to be flat and for them to keep the interest rate the same. But given the speculation recently, I would anticipate that they may actually intervene and change the interest rate. So that could be a very volatile news event. So we just want to keep that in mind basically when we're trading. But yeah, breaking it down to the 4 hour and just marking out where the mitigations have happened and where the key structure is. We've had a retracement into this area of demand. Price then pushed up, taken out this daily high. So that is our most recent daily break of structure. At the end of last week, price began to quite correctively retrace into this area. And this morning, we had this hourly level of demand. Lots of previous buyers have been taken out of the market. You guys can see that we had loads of people buying within this region. We had these equal lows and also this sort of trend line here. Price took out all of those earlier buyers, came into this 1 hour demand, liquidated the low. You guys can probably anticipate that because this was such an obvious area of demand, price sort of gave this initial reaction, but then liquidated all of the people buying from this level, swept the low. So what we are going to be looking for UJ to do now would be for us to see a break of this main structure here, which is the most recent hourly lower high. Once we see a break of that level, it basically means that the lower time frame trends have realigned with that higher time frame bullish narrative. So we can then look for a continuation play back up to the high. So what I'd ideally like to see, and for this trade to be considered valid for myself, I'd want to see a closure above this structure, followed by a retracement into an area of demand, obviously depending on how price has formed at the time, to then look to get in on some buys up to this previous week high around 150.8. You can also look to target some intraday levels as well, such as this level of supply. But if price does break above this structure, this, in my opinion, even though it may cause a slight retracement, would not cause a complete reversal. It's quite a low probability area to look for sells, in my opinion. So yeah, the overall main target will be this 150.8 zone. If price does the opposite and we see a closure below this area of demand, we can look to get in on some sells after a pullback back down to this previous wick. As you guys can see, if we break this low, there's nothing really stopping price from going back to this one. You can see to the left that we have literally zero liquidity and zero sort of demand or support, if you want to call it that. So if price does break below this level and continues selling, we should at least see it come to this low at 148.77. But at the moment, like I said, price is maintaining its bullish structure. So until price shows us otherwise, we are just looking for those buy continuations. yeah, up to the previous week high. And we also have a lot of liquidity resting above here that price never took out. So that kind of gives us a little bit more confidence that price is likely to head higher. So yeah, for now, just wait and see what happens. And if an entry presents, it presents. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that is my outlook on UJ. If we go over to gold now. So gold at the moment, given the war news and the geopolitical events going on, we've had gold just literally rally parabolically to the upside with no sort of major pullbacks. You guys can see on the daily that we've just had this big streak of very high momentum bullish daily candles after we had a reaction from this daily demand. So starting off on the daily, we'll just mark out the current daily structure and how I'm viewing this. So how I'm viewing this is that this was the main daily breaker structure. All of this was just liquidity, and we had imbalance below. So we know that price is likely to come down to fill in the imbalance and come to demand first of all. Once price came into this demand, we then had a switch in this daily trend where we were bearish internally. The overall main trend was still bullish, as this was the main daily structure. But within this current leg of the trend, we had this bearish daily trend as well, where we had a lower low, lower high, lower low. Once price came into this demand, we had a breach of that daily internal trend just here. So that would be our change of character on the daily time frame. So the main idea that I'm going to be looking for going into this week would be just to simply continue buying gold and just basically looking to continue the trend. So going over to the 4 hour, we can clearly see that we've had a breaker structure here after price had retraced into demand at this sort of level. So our trading range for the week at the moment will be between this low and this high, and we want to be basically waiting for a retracement to an area to continue the buys up. At the moment, the main level that I'm focusing on for the buys is this nice 15-minute level of demand here, which price induced on Friday. You can see that we came very close to it, but ultimately we missed it, forming this area of liquidity just above. So at the moment, my main idea for gold is for price to come down into this level of demand, liquidate those two equal lows that we have, give us a confirmation, and then look to buy up to take out this sort of corrective price action that we've had Monday morning. If that 15-minute level fails, another way of viewing this is going back to the daily. We have come to this daily level of supply, so we could see a bigger retracement now. And if price is going to retrace and do a bigger retracement on the daily, we could view this wick here around 1950 as an inducement above daily demand at this sort of level, like 1930 to 1910. So if that 15-minute level fails, I don't see any reason why price, well, basically within our 4 hour trend here, if price breaks this 15-minute level, there's not really anything to stop it from going to this 4 hour low at 1953. So if that happens, we can be kind of confident that price will head back to this daily demand area instead. So those are kind of the two possibilities I'm seeing. At the moment though, I'm not really interested in looking for sells given the fundamentals and also how technically bullish price is. So yeah, two possibilities I'm looking out for. Number one, price retraces into this area of demand, gives us a confirmation, and then we can look to buy up. Alternatively, we see price retrace a little bit more back down to daily demand, and then once price reaches this area, we can sort of see what happens and wait for the usual confirmations. However, what I do not see price doing at this level is completely reversing, as yeah, given both the fundamentals and how bullish price is, you can see on the weekly that you know, price hasn't really come to a significant area. We've got this liquidity resting above as well. These sort of 3 equal highs. If we draw that on, we've got these sort of 3 trend line highs. Lots of people were selling at this sort of region. So we can anticipate that price will most likely head up and liquidate these previous sellers. But yeah, as of right now, that's all I'm seeing on gold. If you guys want to stay up to date with any of my analysis and also the entries for particular trades, also with all of my trade breakdowns, I'll leave a link to the group in the description below. But thank you guys for watching. I wish you all the best week. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.